Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. The studio lights of Good Morning Britain burned brighter than usual that Thursday morning. Even the camera crew sensed something electric coming through the air, an atmosphere too tight, too sharp, like a violin string pulled one stretch away from snapping. Host Mara Ellison, known for her calm professionalism, sat rigidly at her desk, fingers laced together. She had interviewed presidents, rebels, astronauts, even a man who claimed to have survived a bear attack by singing opera. None of them had made her feel this nervous. Today's guest, Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister in this fictional universe, and today's topic, accountability. As the countdown hit 0, the theme music faded and the red light blinked to life. "Good morning, Britain," Mara began, her voice too steady to be natural. "Our guest today is Prime Minister Keir Starmer, here to discuss the government's latest leadership decisions." Starmer nodded politely, hands folded, the picture of composure. He always carried an aura of quiet restraint, an intentional stillness. But today, something in Mara's eyes made him shift ever so slightly. She didn't start with a soft question. Not today. Not after what had happened. "Prime Minister," she said, inhaling through her nose, "yesterday, your cabinet announced a controversial policy change that's left thousands worried. But before we discuss that, I need to ask about something more personal." A hush fell. Even the sound engineer lifted his head. Keir blinked. Of course. Mara paused, long enough for the cameras to drink in the tension. Her throat tightened, and for the first time in her career, she broke script. "3 months ago," she said softly, "my brother was involved in a case that your administration reviewed. He never got the support he needed. He felt abandoned. And I've stayed silent about this." Her voice cracked, just once, enough to change the temperature in the room. Starmer's posture changed. The audience at home, millions of them, could almost hear the shift of weight, the soft exhale of someone preparing to face a storm. "Mara," he said gently, "I didn't know. I'm truly sorry for what your family has gone through. If I may—" But she cut him off, emotion sharpening her words like glass. "No, Prime Minister. Today I want honesty. Not polished statements, not political tone. I want to know if you understand what real people feel when decisions from Westminster ripple into their lives without warning." Silence. The kind that grips the room by the throat. Starmer leaned forward, abandoning his usual reserve. "You're right to demand that, and you're right to be angry." His voice held none of the rehearsed firmness of speeches, just something raw. Policies aren't just lines on paper. They affect families. They affect people like your brother. Like you. Mara's eyes glimmered, the hint of tears reflecting the studio lights. She didn't look away. "What would you say," she whispered, "to people who believe you've forgotten them?" Starmer hesitated, not because he didn't know the answer, but because he understood the weight of saying it. "I'd say that I haven't forgotten, but I need to do better. And people like you, they remind me why this job must never become routine." Something in Mara broke, not in weakness, but release. A tear escaped, tracing a warm path down her cheek. She didn't wipe it away. The tension that had coiled around the studio slowly unwound, not resolved, not forgiven, but understood. The interview ended, but neither moved right away. The crew watched in stunned stillness as two people, public figures, yes, but human first, sat in a fragile peace, forged by truth. Later, social media exploded. Hashtag tears and tension. Hashtag GMB clash. Hashtag Mara and Starmer. But for Mara, none of that mattered. She had finally spoken, and he had finally listened.